Chapter 11 Spending a lot of money on buying. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Xiao Shiting's eyes lit up when she heard the invitation from Yi Fan. After all, the communication within the car dealership is still a work relationship no matter what. If you are invited out by a guest, it at least proves that you have a further opportunity to get along with him. Xiao Shiting has never had a relationship with any customer beyond work before, but this time, she can finally open the door to her high standards. No problem, Mr. Yi, as long as you don't dislike my vision. Xiao Shiting agreed happily. The two got on the Koenigsegg Gemera with a new license plate and drove directly to Taikoo Li Sanlitun, the most prosperous and lively place in the heart of the imperial capital. Taikoo Li Sanlitun is where fashionable men and beautiful women gather. A silver-gray supercar drove quickly, and its roaring sound captured the hearts of countless girls and boys on the spot. People who come here to spend money are all people with some spare money, so there are not many luxury cars and supercars here, but top sports cars priced at 2,000 million are very rare. There are a lot of knowledgeable people here, so even before anyone shows up, the Koenigsegg Gemera has already attracted enough attention for Yi Fan, and even Xiao Shiting, who is sitting in the co-pilot, has become the subject of discussion. After getting out of the car, the two went straight to the North District, which is positioned as a high-end store and sells many international luxury brand products. Yi Fan didn't know much about luxury brands. At Xiao Shiting's suggestion, they first walked into the Versace store. Good afternoon, sir and madam, what do you need? I can recommend you here. The shopping guide greeted the two people politely. Yi Fan glanced at the row of casual clothes facing him in the store and pointed at two items. This and that. Okay, sir, I will take it off for you now and try it on for you. The shopping guide turned back to take off the clothes, and heard Yi Fan's voice from behind again. No, I mean, except for these two items, the rest in this row will be wrapped for me according to my height size. Yi Fan's tone was sparse and normal, but it shocked everyone present half to death. The shopping guide froze in place, turned around slowly in disbelief and asked. Are you saying that this excludes these two and everything else? Yes. Sir, let me confirm. The t-shirts in this row start at 1,000 yuan, polo shirts start at 2,500 yuan, shirts and shorts start at 4,000 yuan, sweatshirts and sweaters start at 5,000 yuan. The shopping guide paused, took out the calculator and pressed it quickly. According to your needs, this row of clothes will cost a total of 25. Do you still need such a purchase plan? The shopping guide carefully repeated the confirmation, mainly because this customer's request is so rare. They have seen a lot of rich people, but this is the first time they have come across such a generous person without even trying. That's right, no need to ask anymore, I'll just swipe my card to pay. After Yi Fan finished speaking, he took out his bank card and paid the shopping guide. Yi Fan has always watched TV shows like this before, and today he can finally experience the feeling of buying a whole row of clothes with a wave of his hand. The shopping guide took it over with fear and swiped the card successfully. Other clothing shopping guides who were idle immediately rushed over to help with packing, while they couldn't help but secretly observe Yi Fan. The generous young talents with rich wealth really made their hearts flutter. It was a pity that beside him, there was a woman whose appearance and figure were hundreds of times better than theirs. Xiao Shiting looked surprised. She didn't expect anyone to buy clothes like this. So is this the world of rich people? Ding! Spend 25 yuan, get 6 times the rebate, and get 150 million yuan in rebate. After making more deposits, Yi Fan was no longer surprised by this kind of million-level rebates, so his heart only fluctuated slightly. Sir, the clothes you want have been packed for you. What is your address? We can arrange for someone to deliver it to you. Just give Yunhai a villa for a day. I just happened to be waiting to see the villa, so I thought it would be a way to add a touch of life to my home. Clouds, sea of clouds for a day. That luxury house worth 10 billion, a mansion among mansions, a sea of clouds for a day. The shopping guides looked at each other and almost couldn't catch their breath. It took them a long time to resume their professional working posture. Okay, we'll register you right now. When Xiao Shiting heard about Yunhai Etian, her whole body was like thunder. She also knows some friends who are engaged in real estate, and naturally she has heard of the name of Yunhai Villa. I just didn't expect that the owner of this legendary top-notch mansion is the ridiculously young Mr. Yifanya next to me. Compared with expensive luxury cars and generous cash flow, owning such a villa can explain a lot. At this moment, she admired Mark even more, but at the same time, she inevitably felt a little more inferior, and her mood began to become a little complicated. Yi Fan doesn't know that other people are now so rich in inner activities. He is only immersed in the game of making more money by spending money. The two of them walked around again, and then went to the Balenciaga store. The clothes I bought at Versace before were all more casual and everyday styles. Yi Fan's identity is different now, and there will naturally be many important occasions when he needs to attend in the future, therefore, it is necessary to purchase some appropriate suits first. The complete suit, plus the matching tie and leather shoes that Xiao Shiting chose for Yi Fan, were still taken at a glance. Yi Fan casually changed into a white shirt and suit pants, and his whole temperament immediately changed. Yi Fan looked at himself in the full-length mirror and was very satisfied. Sure enough, the saying that people rely on clothes and gold depends on clothing is really true. Xiao Shiting stepped forward to adjust Yi Fan's collar. The appearance of the two of them made the salesman around them jealous again. The smell of Xiao Shiting's rose perfume went straight into Yi Fan's nose, and for a moment he felt like he was holding the woman in front of him in his arms. Yi Fan quickly came to his senses. Beauty is misleading. Now his primary purpose in picking up girls is to make money for their consumption in exchange for rewards. Yi Fan doesn't want to cause unnecessary complications before summing up the critical attack rules. After many rounds of experiments, it would be bad if some inexplicable underlying rules of the system were triggered. Some spending at Balenciaga allowed Yi Fan to successfully earn another 500 million. His consumption needs have been almost satisfied, and now is the highlight of Yi Fan's trip. He looked at Xiao Shiting beside him, and there were only 4 words in his heart: spend money for her. Yi Fan pretended to be dissatisfied and looked at himself in the mirror. This outfit looks pretty good, but I always feel like something is missing in my hands. Xiao Shiting raised her head in confusion and met Mark's excited eyes. Chapter 12 Where is the Promised Gold Digger? You are listening at novelfull.audio. After coming out of Balenciaga, Yi Fan drove Xiao Shiting to a Patek Philippe sales store. It is impossible for every man who loves watches to have heard of the name Patek Philippe. As a famous Swiss watch brand, it is now ranked among the top 10 famous watches in the world. It is also one of the only truly independent watchmakers in Switzerland. It is a symbol of a truly successful man. A sales consultant rushed forward to greet him. Hello, sir and madam, do you have any favorite watch styles? You can take a look at the display cabinet here first. Yi Fan immediately took a fancy to the Grande Sonnerie watch 6301P placed at the highest position in the display cabinet. When he was about to buy it, the system beep sounded suddenly. Warm reminder, the host's purchase of items that can be used as his or her own assets is not a consumption behavior that can trigger rebates. Yi Fan's eyes froze, but he understood immediately. Also, if these behaviors can also provide rebates, wouldn't it mean that if you keep buying houses and cars, you will get stuck? However, although there is no rebate, buying a watch is equivalent to storing the asset in a different form, so Yi Fan still pointed to the Grande Sonnerie watch 6301P and said to the sales consultant. I want this. Sir, you have such a good sense. This watch has always been customized, and this one happens to be the last one in stock in our store. I will take it out and put it on for you now. That the sales consultant respectfully put the watch on Yi Fan, and Yi Fan put his left arm in front of the mirror and observed it for a while. Yes, it has that flavor. Then he took out the top diamond card of Saya Bank that Wu Jun gave him last time. The sales consultant was about to take it, but when she saw the true identity of the diamond card, she stopped in her hand. This is Saya Bank's top diamond card can only be owned with a minimum deposit of 10 billion. This kind of customer is not something that a small sales consultant like her can handle. Guest, please wait a moment. I will ask our manager to serve you immediately. As soon as the manager heard that someone was coming with a diamond card from Saya Bank, he hurriedly ran to Yi Fan. Sir, what you need is this 6301P, right? Please sit on the sofa for a while, and we will arrange an urgent order for you and complete the procedures right away. Yi Fan nodded and took Xiao Shiting to sit on the sofa nearby. After a while, the manager held the packed bag in both hands and handed it to Yi Fan. Qiao Shiting thought she was leaving and was about to get up when she heard Yi Fan say, "Miss Qiao, you have been shopping with me for so long. As a thank you, you can also choose a watch here." Qiao Shiting was stunned, almost thinking she heard wrongly. She had heard of colleagues being given gifts before, but they were only bags and clothes worth tens of thousands of yuan. As a result, Mr. Yi now said that he would give her a Patek Philippe watch. The cheapest watches here all cost at least 20 yuan. How could she let Mr. Yi spend so much money on her on the first day? "Mr. Yi, you are serious. I am just going shopping with you. You really don't need to spend so much money. Miss Qiao, there's no need to be so polite. I might have to trouble you a lot about the car in the future. Just give me a gift and treat it like making a friend." Yi Fan said that for this reason, the implication was that he would like to have more contact with Qiao Shiting in the future. Qiao Shiting knew that if she continued to shirk now, it would be a bit disrespectful to the boss, so she had no choice but to nod, and subconsciously glanced at her favorite women's watch, then turned away and chose the cheapest Calatrava Series 20G, 5296 in the store, which cost over 001 yuan. "Then let's take this," Qiao Shiting said. "Okay, miss, I'll wrap it up for you right now." That the manager took the table out of the display cabinet and asked the sales consultant to take it to register and prepare the contract. "And that one, let's wrap it up too." Yi Fan pointed to the Platinum 52G, 4947 worth 010, Qiao Shiting was surprised, and a warm current surged out of her heart. Unexpectedly, Yi Fan even caught her subtle look of love. At this time, a girl on the other side who came to visit with her boyfriend couldn't help but feel envious when she saw Yi Fan's generous look. "So handsome, how come my boyfriend can spend so much money? Look at you. What does it mean to bring me in just to look at it when you don't have money to buy it?" That the more the girl looked at her boyfriend, the angrier she became, so she simply stamped her feet and left. The watches he bought for Qiao Shiting were all packaged, totaling 72 yuan. Yi Fan paid with his card. 9172775%. A spring? Isn't it true that the company I interned in before happened to be the fast-moving consumer goods brand branch of Yuan? Unexpectedly, I would become the ultimate boss behind the internship company. When Yi Fan was happy, he took Qiao Shiting to a nearby Chanel and bought her some bags. After finally catching someone who could spend money, Yi Fan naturally wanted to seize the opportunity. However, all the subsequent expenses were only rebates. "Only when I bought the last package, I got a critical hit called Gene Primary Upgrade Fluid." Yi Fan also roughly figured out the rules of critical strikes from it. That is, when spending money on a woman who meets the requirements for good looks, the first time you spend money will definitely trigger a critical hit. Moreover, the value of the reward from a critical hit is related to the appearance score of the consumer and how much Yi Fan spends one time on the other party. The higher the appearance and the more Yi Fan spends, the more valuable the reward will be. Afterwards, the possibility of a critical hit for the same consumption object will be triggered randomly, but generally speaking, the more money you spend at one time, the greater the value of the critical hit reward triggered. Qiao Shiting was carrying large and small shopping bags, and she was a little dizzy from the gifts. Seeing that Yi Fan wanted to drag her to buy something else, she quickly stopped. "Mr. Yi, these gifts are really enough. Thank you for your thoughtfulness." That she is a bit of a money worshipper, but she also knows that she must know how to let things go when the situation is good. Yi Fan couldn't help but sigh. Isn't it said that there are many money-worshipping women in society? Why is it that some of the people he meets now are either reluctant to let him spend money, or they are smart, sensible and measured? He is worried. How long will it take for me to get all the rewards from the system and become a world-class rich man? Yi Fan made up his mind. Next time he must find a money-worshipping girl who loves to spend money without any scruples. "Okay. You must be tired after walking around for so long. I just want to check out my new villa. Why don't you, Miss Qiao, come with me?" Qiao Shiting was flattered. "Okay, thank you Mr. Yi for the invitation." Yi Fan immediately made a call to the property manager responsible for the management of Yunhai Villa. "Manager Zhou? I'm thinking of going to Yunhai to check in. Can I go there now?" "Of course, Mr. Yi. It doesn't matter when you come. I will arrange my staff now to welcome you. Okay, please. No trouble, no trouble. It's our honor to serve you. After Yi Fan hung up the phone, Zhou Qiwen immediately summoned a large number of property staff. Everyone, listen up. The owner of Yunhai Yiqian Villa is coming soon. You all remember to follow the training before. No one is allowed to drop the chain and let Mr. Yi see the joke. Do you hear it? Yes, that a loud response sounded, and everyone immediately threw themselves into their intense preparations. Chapter 13 Villa Butler. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After a while, Yi Fan drove Xiao Shitting to the central villa area of the imperial capital. Driving all the way to the center of the villa area, you will be surrounded by various precious green plants. Each area is adjacent to the lake shore, and the green gardens are so beautiful that it is breathtaking. Those who own houses here are all rich or noble people. Among them, Yunhai Yi Villa, located in the center of the district, has the highest configuration and price. Anyone who owns it will definitely be a superior person. This is also the reason why the property management company in the villa area attaches great importance to Yi Fan's arrival. Soon, Yi Fan drove his car to Yunhai Yiqian Villa. There is a small stream running across the distance between the car parked position and the villa gate. Above the small stream is an artificial bridge 2 meters wide and 5 meters long. As soon as Zhou Qiwen saw the sports car stop, he immediately asked several staff members to roll out a red carpet all the way to Yi Fan's feet on the bridge. Hello, Mr. Yi. I've finally waited for your arrival. Our staff will help you park your car in the garage at the back. Please be careful where you step. Yi Fan nodded, handed the key to the staff, and together with Xiao Shitting, following Zhou Qiwen's instructions step by step, they walked across the man-made bridge to the door of the villa. There were 2 rows of people lined up in front of the villa. As soon as Yi Fan got off the bridge, everyone bowed heavily to him and said, Hello Mr. Yi. Mr. Yi, these are the villa service staff our property has prepared for you in advance. Zhou Qiwen introduced, these are the gardeners responsible for trimming your garden. These are a team of chefs from 5-star hotels. These staffing arrangements are to allow you to enjoy comfortable service and experience as soon as you come. We can also arrange any other requirements you have. Yi Fan nodded with satisfaction. Sure enough, in the world of rich people, the basics of buying anything are inseparable from high-end services. Next, Zhou Qiwen took Yi Fan to visit the entire inside of the villa, the open-air private water swimming pool, the specially customized crystal elevator and the Italian handmade leather sofas. All the highlights were introduced to Yi Fan in detail. Xiao Shitting's eyes were opened when she followed Yi Fan. She never thought that one day she would be so close to such a wealthy environment. Mr. Yi, these are the current overall conditions of Yunhai Yiqian Villa. The only thing the villa is missing now is a villa butler. What are your requirements for a butler? Once your needs are determined, we can arrange it for you right away. Yi Fan thought for a moment and looked at Xiao Shitting beside him. Ms. Xiao, are you interested in doing a part-time side job? Xiao Shitting didn't react for a while. Mr. Yi, what do you mean? I won't live here permanently yet, so there won't be too many affairs in this villa. Are you interested in being the housekeeper of this villa? Isn't such a mansion a permanent residence? How luxurious is the house where you live? Xiao Shitting concealed her surprise. Mr. Yi trusts me so much, so I have no reason to shirk. After signing the contract and recording the fingerprint lock information, Yi Fan was about to take Xiao Shitting to dinner. At this time, Yi Fan's mother Gua Chunsui called him. Xiao Fan, are you at school now? The daughter of an old friend of mine just passed the art test this semester and was admitted to Imperial University. She was delayed from starting school because of something. She just went to report today. She will be arriving at this time. You go help this girl move her luggage and take care of her. After receiving a call from his mother, Yi Fan remembered that he had been busy making money in the past 2 days and did not send any money back to his family. He immediately transferred 50 to his mother's bank card. Okay, Mom, I'm going back now. I just transferred some money to your card. You can take it with your dad to go out and have some fun. What kind of money are you transferring? Let me see. You said you made money and spent it on your own. What do we two old men and women have to spend money on now? Guo Chunsue on the other side picked up her reading glasses, put them on and opened the bank app to check. After seeing the 5 zeros clearly, she almost threw her phone away in fright. Xiaofan, where did you get so much money? Did I read it correctly that it was 50? Where did you get so much money? We can't do things that are unconscionable. Yifan couldn't help but smile, knowing that his mother's reaction would be like this. You read that right, it's 50. Don't worry, Mom, I didn't do anything bad. In fact, I had been starting a business with my classmates before, but I just didn't tell you. This is still a small amount of money. When I make more money in the future, I will continue to honor you two elders. You kid, you have quite an idea. Then I will help you save the money for your future wife. Okay, I won't say much anymore. Hurry up and pick up this girl, take good care of her, and don't lose the etiquette of our old Yi family. I know, Mother. Yifan responded lazily. After saying goodbye to Qiao Shitting, Yifan got in the car and rushed back to Imperial University. On the way, he retrieved the primary genetic upgrade fluid he had just obtained from the system's item space and drank it in one gulp. Looking up at the rearview mirror in the car, Yifan watched as the excess fat on his face faded away. His facial features became visibly more three-dimensional and sharp, and his skin became smoother and more delicate. The profile also has an excellent jawline. The muscles all over the body have become tight and hard. If you lift the hem of your clothes at will, you can see the clear and beautiful mermaid lines and 8-pack abdominal muscles. Yes, material adequacy and inner improvement are equally important. Yifan put his hands on the steering wheel again, and he felt more comfortable driving the sports car. Yifan galloped all the way back to school. The road in front of Taito University is being renovated recently. Sports cars on campus can exit through the one-way road, but cars coming back from outside cannot enter. Yifan rushed back all the way but forgot about this incident. The only way now is to leave the main road at the entrance of Taito University, drive in the opposite direction to the small road leading to the back entrance of Taito University, and then drive from the campus to a position close to the door, and take the aunt's daughter and luggage to her dormitory, afraid that the girls would have to wait too long. Since it was only a 2-step walk to the school gate, Yifan decided to meet the girls first. He called a nearby driver and asked the driver to drive his car to the door according to the route above and then return it to him. After finishing the operation, Yifan walked towards the gate of Imperial University opposite. At the gate of Imperial University, Luo Hanji, who has long straight black hair, is wearing a fresh pure white dress. While guarding the luggage beside him, he slightly raised his head and waited for brother Yifan, whose mother said he was coming to help her. A BMW 7 Series drove out of the school, and Feng Likun, who was sitting in the driver's seat, was planning to rush out of the campus to play in a bar. With a casual glance, he discovered that there was actually a fairy standing at the school gate whose appearance was no different from that of a fairy sister. With beauties like this, who wants to go to the bar to see those plastic surgery faces? Feng Likun stopped the car in front of Luo Hanji, lowered the window confidently, and said in a bubble voice. Elementary school girl, you just came to the school to report. Is it hard to have so many things? Come up here and I will take you to the dormitory. Chapter 14. Then let him. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Luo Hanji looked at the man in front of him who had a greasy feeling, and frowned unconsciously. No, thank you. I already have a senior who is coming to pick me up. As soon as the words fell, Yifan happened to arrive, looking at the girl in front of him who had fallen from the mortal world. From Yifan's perspective as a straight man, he intuitively felt that her appearance was no less than that of the school beauties he had come into contact with before. The appearance sub-panel pops up in due course, and finally settles on the value of 93 points. Wow, not bad. She is also one of the best-looking goddesses. Yifan took a step forward and asked, Are you Hanji? Luo Hanji heard the sound and looked towards Mark, and a handsome face came into view. With the blessing of the genetic upgrade liquid, Yifan is now more or less a handsome super grass-like existence. Are you, brother Yifan? Being called brother by a beautiful woman, Yifan felt relieved both physically and mentally. Yes, my mother told me. Is this all your luggage? Give it to me first. Yi Fan reached out to take the big suitcase next to Luo Hanji. Feng Likun saw that the two of them didn't take him seriously at all, and his greasy face showed a bit of mocking anger. Elementary school girl, you have such bad taste. What's the use of being pretty and bald these days? Look, he doesn't even have a car when he takes you to school. And you are still young and may not understand the value of my car, right? My car will cost a total of 150 million when it is sold. You know what a 150 million car means, right? Are you sure you would rather sit on the back of a bicycle and laugh than get in my BMW and experience it? After Feng Likun finished speaking, he put his hands on the car window domineeringly and raised his eyebrows at Luo Hanji. Where did this idiot come from? Yi Fan looked at Feng Likun who was out putting, turned around and asked Luo Han. Hanji, is this your friend? Luo Hanji quickly waved his hands and shook his head. I don't know him. I was standing here just now, and he suddenly came over to talk to me. Primary school girl, don't be shy anymore. If you get into my brother's car, it will definitely be better for you on my terms than if you go with this poor man now. Feng Likun still felt good about himself and persuaded Luo Hanji, but looked at Yi Fan with a look of disdain. Such a poor guy still wants to steal a girl from him. Let him see today what the power of money is. Talking was not enough. Feng Likun got out of the car and opened the passenger door, and continued to seduce Luo Hanji. At this time, more and more students were coming in and out of the school gate during school hours. Several students saw the excitement of two men grabbing a girl, and they stopped to gossip. In this world, money is the way to go. But the other guy who doesn't have a car is very handsome. It can't all depend on financial resources. What's the use of just good looks? If you don't have money and go to school, you will still be beaten by society's rules. I still support the girl to go with brother BMW. After hearing the discussion, Feng Likun, who felt that he had the support of most people, was in a happy mood at the moment. Does this pretty boy really think he can fight against someone with strength and family background? Today's young people are still too naive. Feng Likun opened the passenger door further and was thinking about the sweet dream of holding a beautiful woman in his arms. A roar like a distant sound came from far to near. Immediately, a silver-gray car silhouette like a beast flashed from the corner of the school road. Everyone followed the sound. I'll go. It's the 2000 million Koenigsegg gem era that was exposed on the campus forum before. This excitement is so exciting. I didn't expect that even the real campus hero is here. That everyone craned their necks to look at the driver's seat, and Feng Likun was no exception. He is also envious of such a top-notch sports car. Maybe we can take this opportunity to get to know this guy. Someone with his wealth should hang out with such a rich young man. Feng Likun trotted up eagerly. The driver's door of the Koenigsegg opened upwards, and the driver wearing blue overalls stepped out. Ah! Why are you driving for me? I thought I could see the true face of brother Shenhao. That's right. What a pity. He still wants to give him a little love letter that he wrote all day and night. There was a look of disappointment on everyone's faces. At this time, the driver who got out of the car stretched his neck and glanced around the crowd of onlookers. After discovering the target, he immediately trotted to Mark. Mr. Yi, I have brought your Koenigsegg to you. If you need it in the future, you can contact me at any time. After saying that, the driver calmly left the scene amidst the stunned expressions of everyone. Everyone present was extremely shocked at this moment. The handsome young man who was not supported just now is actually the legendary owner of Koenigsegg, brother Shenhao. Ah! I didn't expect that my brother would be so rich and handsome. Sure enough, I really paid the right amount. It's so funny, that BMW guy was yelling like that in front of people just now, but in the end, his car is probably not even a fraction of the price of brother Shenhao, right? If I were him, I would want to dig a hole right now and bury my head in it. The jumping toad also wants to get in the middle of a handsome couple, ha ha ha. That everyone's cynicism reached Feng Likun's ears without missing a beat. He was also completely confused. What happened? The rich and powerful kid he wanted to cling to was actually the pretty boy in front of him. Then you were provoking him like that in front of him just now. His BMW 7 Series is probably not as expensive as the 1-year insurance someone else insures for Koenigsegg. Now I am completely embarrassed. Feng Likun looked at Mark carefully and bowed repeatedly to apologize. Oh brother, this is all a misunderstanding. How can a crappy car like mine compare to your luxury car? My brain is spinning, so you just think I'm farting. I wish you a sweet life with your elementary school girl. I will go to a hospital to register and have my brain checked right now. I am just an idiot. Don't take it to heart, Feng Likun said as he ran back to his car, stepped on the accelerator and drove away. As a result, because he was running too fast, the passenger door was not closed properly, and a piece of it was removed on the spot when it hit the tree trunk next to it. Feng Likun did not dare to stop, and just drove away in a broken car. Yi Fan was amused by this man's words of completely recognizing his grandson. He admits that he is mentally ill, so let him be. When the farce ended, Yi Fan put Luo Hanji's luggage into the trunk of Koenigsegg. Get in the car, Hanji. Which building is your dormitory in? I'll take you there now. Luo Hanji was a little dazed looking at the extremely cool sports car in front of him. Mingming's mother told her before that Aunt Guo's family was just an ordinary family similar to theirs. Why does brother Yi Fan drive such a good car? And I just heard someone say that this car costs at least 2,000 million. Luo Hanji didn't dare to move. What's wrong? Yi Fan asked curiously, seeing the little girl staying where she was. Are you really brother Yi Fan? Luo Hanji looked carefully with his eyes. Yi Fan couldn't help but laugh. This little girl was quite vigilant, there was no other way, so Yi Fan had to call his old mother in front of her to confirm. Chapter 15, Can he take advantage of all the good things? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Seeing that the video call was connected, Yi Fan put the phone screen directly in front of Luo Han. Guo Chuansui's simple face appeared on the screen and she looked around. When she saw Luo Hanji's little face on the other end of the phone, Guo Chuansui quickly asked with concern. What's wrong, Hanji? Is this Brett Yi Fan bullying you? Why did you suddenly call your aunt? Yi Fan, who was behind the screen, held his forehead helplessly. Mom, can't you just expect me to be better? Why did you cast me into such a bully image all of a sudden? Upon seeing this, Luo Hanji immediately waved his hand quickly towards Guo Chuansui to express that this was not the case. No, brother Yi Fan is very nice, he even helped me out just now. There was just a little misunderstanding, so I wanted to confirm with you again. That's it, it's okay if you don't have it. Then, boy, you must remember to take good care of this girl. I know, Mom. Yi Fan felt as if his ears were going to be buzzed by the old mother's words. Sure enough, no matter how much he grows up and becomes rich, he is still a bastard who needs to be talked about in the eyes of his queen mother. After a few words of greeting, Yi Fan hung up the phone, looked up at Luo Hanji and asked. Sister Hanji, can we leave now? Luo Hanji stuck out her tongue apologetically. Yeah, of course. She nodded hurriedly and quickly got into the passenger seat. On the way to the dormitory, Luo Hanji still felt that his behavior just now was a bit rude. I'm sorry, brother Yi Fan, I misunderstood you just now. It's okay, I understand. You girls should be aware of safety. And it's just a phone call, so you don't have to worry about it. Yi Fan's calm and gentle response finally made Luo Hanji feel a little relieved, and also took off part of her guard. The two started chatting like friends. From the conversation, Yi Fan learned that Luo Hanji was a new student in the dance department this year. His full major was dance performance and he majored in ballet. No wonder when he first met Luo Han, Yi Fan felt that she obviously had a fairy-like feeling that was different from other girls. It turned out that I was studying dance. Then if you have any performance reports in the future, I will definitely go and cheer you up. Okay, if brother Yi Fan comes, then I will definitely perform even harder. Yi Fan exchanged pleasantries and then asked her why she missed registering for school. However, at this time, Luo Hanji's originally cheerful expression suddenly froze, and Yi Fan stopped asking about it and turned to other topics. Soon, Yi Fan drove the car downstairs to the freshman dormitory of the art department. Some girls who came back early to wash up were drying their clothes on the balcony. When they lowered their heads, they saw a super cool sports car. Wow! Come and see. The 2,000 million sports car that was mentioned in the campus forum has appeared downstairs. Where is it? Let me see, let me see. It's really that Koenigsegg. This sports car is so handsome in person. It's much more stylish than in the photo. Oh my god, if this car is parked here now, it's not the car that wants to come to our dormitory to look for someone, right? A girl guessed. Hearing this, the other girls couldn't help but start to arrange their hair and clothes, thinking that they must show their best appearance. Maybe this rich brother came to find them. At this time, every girl on the balcony was looking forward to it, just like Cinderella in fairy tales waiting for the prince to come with her glass slipper. However, the next second, they saw a girl with extremely good looks and extraordinary temperament stepping out of the passenger seat of Koenigsegg. Luo Hanji's skin, which was as white as snow, seemed to overflow with bursts of fairy energy, completely shattering everyone's original hopes. Are there any freshmen in our class who are so good-looking? That's right. I've never heard of a character like this in the school opening report before. I feel like her looks are comparable to those of the school sisters who have the title of school belle. The girls felt unwilling in their hearts at this time, but there is nothing we can do about it. Who told this society that the first thing they look at is their face? The boys on the opposite floor also noticed the movement downstairs at this moment. Damn it! This new student is so beautiful. She's so beautiful. I think I can do it again. I must chase her. Just you. Didn't you see whose car they got off? That's brother Shenhao. Look at that supercar. How many lifetimes will we be able to afford it? The boys were severely hurt by someone's sober remarks, and the jealous and angry expressions on their faces were so disgusting. Damn it, why are all the good girls taken over by these rich second generations? Humph, even if you have money, you have to keep your mouth shut. I guess the owner of this Koenigsegg must be very ugly. He is also short and fat. Only a few stinky bucks can be spent on such a person. Maybe if you show up, you will be judged as affecting the appearance of the city. That a boy who had been taken care of by a rich woman because of his good looks pretended not to care, and his sarcastic words were immediately supported by several other boys who were equally unhappy. Yes, I think so too. Otherwise, what good things can he take advantage of? It seems that the money is just the mental damage fee God gives them. Several people laughed contentedly after hearing this. At this moment, a long leg wearing black suit pants stepped off the Koenigsegg vigorously. In the afterglow of the setting sun, the shadow cast by Yi Fan on the ground was stretched very long after he stood still, and the golden sunlight hit his angular profile. A particularly handsome face suddenly appeared in everyone's sight. Ah! Is this the true face of brother Shenhao? Is he so handsome? I can't do it. I must marry him. I love you, brother. At the moment they saw Yi Fan's true face, all the girls watching on the balcony let out screams like screaming chickens. Yi Fan's handsomeness made them completely forget their reserve, and just wanted to express loudly how obsessed they were with such a handsome and wealthy brother. Brother, look at me. I am Hong Duo from the music department. My WeChat ID is 778. Go away. Brother, please ignore her. I am sincere to you. That the scene suddenly became chaotic, and some people folded the love letters they had written into paper airplanes and threw them in the direction of Yi Fan. Yi Fan was focusing on unloading Luo Hanji's luggage from the trunk at this time, so he didn't pay attention to what was being said that was getting louder and louder upstairs. When the girls saw Yi Fan carrying Luo Hanji's bags and luggage, they felt extremely jealous. Have you seen the muscle lines that came out when brother Shenhao exerted force just now? He is so manly. That's right. Why can't the person beside him be me? That the boys on the other side naturally took a look at Yi Fan's outstanding appearance and the crazy behavior of the girls here. All of them were blue in the face. Damn it, God is so unfair. He really took advantage of all the good things. Why is this man not only rich, but also so damn handsome? The faces of those who made sour remarks looked as if they came out of a cesspit. After spitting out a few Chinese quintessences, they silently turned off the microphone. Chapter 16. Follow me. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After Yi Fan sent Luo Hanji to the dormitory, he gave a few brief instructions and left. Just as he was about to drive back to the school parking lot, Yi Fan received an invitation letter from property manager Zhou Qiwen on his phone. It is said that tonight there will be a self-service wine tasting party exclusively for residents in the central villa area on the top floor of the Imperial City Bay building. People who live in the central villa area are all rich or noble and have some resources and status, so this kind of cocktail party is, to put it bluntly, a networking meeting for the rich. After thinking for a while, Yi Fan thought it would be better to treat it as a meeting with some friends or something, so he turned the car around and drove towards the school gate. On the top floor of the Imperial City Louvre building, stars twinkled outside the all-glass roof. Several registrars in formal attire were checking the guests' identity information. This kind of wine tasting for a high-quality crowd is not something everyone can come in, therefore, it is very important to strictly control the situation and prevent random people from entering the venue. Guests entered the venue one after another, and several registrars temporarily relaxed for a moment and began to chat about the information and gossip they had. Have you heard? The owner of Yunhai Yitian Villa has already checked in today. Do you think he will come to the wine tasting party tonight? It's hard to say. How could we be so lucky to meet a big boss of this level just once? Yes, but I really want to see what he looks like. I guess he must be the kind of mature man who has experienced many storms. Although he is a little older, he is resolute and mature. Several registrars lit up their eyes as they spoke. Although it is possible that such a big boss is as old as their father and grandfather, if you have the opportunity to climb up to such a rich man, you will not lose money no matter what. At this time, Yi Fan got off the elevator and walked to the registration office. The registrar sitting at the front wanted to check Yi Fan's information to verify his identity, but when he raised his head, he was subconsciously stunned. So handsome and young. This must be the rich young man of some owner, right? Hello, welcome to the wine tasting party. Please show me your invitation letter. Yi Fan clicked on the information interface and handed it over. The next second, the registrar's hand shaking when he saw the name on the invitation letter with his mobile phone to scan the QR code. Damn it. This is the owner of Yunhai Yitian Villa, Mr. Yi Fan. At this time, 10,000 screaming chickens rushed through the registrar's heart. The other two registrars saw her strange behavior and came over to take a look at the invitation. Mom. The person they were discussing with gusto just now was actually the man in front of them who was as young as a male college student. Not only is this not old at all, it's simply not too young, okay? And he's so handsome. Is there something wrong? Yi Fan asked suspiciously when he saw the registrar holding his cell phone frozen in midair. No problem, sorry to keep you waiting. The registrar holding the mobile phone quickly suppressed his shock and excitement. He held the mobile phone tightly with both hands and scanned the QR code to register. Mr. Yi, you have already registered. Please come in. Yi Fan nodded and walked into the inner hall. Several registrars stared at his back, holding each other's hands and couldn't help but heatedly discuss how handsome Yi Fan was. When Yi Fan entered the inner hall, the men and women in the venue held wine glasses in their hands and glanced at him without leaving any trace while talking. When they saw it was a young man, they all turned their heads back with disinterested expressions. There is no other reason, because their guesses are the same as the registrar outside just now. Such a young person is usually just a second-generation ancestor who spends family money. Have you heard about the identity of Yunhai Yitian? Not yet. I asked someone here to inquire about those aristocratic families, and I didn't hear that anyone among them recently bought Yunhai. It wasn't taken by those aristocratic families. Who could it be? It can't be taken by some new upstart, right? Yunhai Yitian Villa exists as a positive place in the central villa area, although in terms of price, it is indeed not a sky-high price, but this land is a bit picky and private, and without some strong connections, it is impossible to win this house. This can buy Yunhai's qualifications for a day, which is much more expensive than the 10 billion yuan on the book. This is not a matter of money. Several owners chatted for a long time but couldn't figure out the reason, and they were extremely curious about this mysterious new owner. Yi Fan walked around all day today and was already hungry. Many exquisite and easy-to-eat Michelin meals were prepared for the guests at the wine tasting party, so Yi Fan thought about getting something to fill his stomach first. After walking a few steps towards the table where the food was placed, Yi Fan suddenly saw a familiar figure, junior sister Song. Why is she here? Shouldn't she be working for Kim Tae-won now? Song Jiro, who was not far away from Yi Fan, was currently wearing a slim-fitting cheongsam with a slightly parted side and respectfully holding a tray with wine glasses, with a pair of beautiful legs looming in it. Now Yi Fan can somewhat understand why Song Jiro's appearance rating is the highest so far. There is no other reason. This 172 centimeters tall beauty has a really great figure. Yi Fan wanted to go over and say hello to her. At this time, a drunk man staggered past Song Jiro. Song Jiro couldn't avoid it, and the man bumped into the tray she was holding. The wine-red liquid instantly poured onto the man's suit. You're fucking blind. Do you know how much my suit costs? How dare you hit it? Guanmingza immediately cursed and pulled Song Jiro to teach her a lesson. Sir, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Song Jiro apologized quickly and raised her little face. Guanmingza was stunned for a moment. Damn, she looks pretty. Let's do this. I'm not a person who deliberately makes things difficult for others. How about you, sleep with me for one night and I don't have to pay for it? How about you? As Guanmingza spoke, his eyes wandered around Song Jiro's body with his eyes narrowed, as if his saliva was about to drip down at any moment. What? Upon hearing this request, Song Jiro turned pale with fright. Follow me obediently, I will love you very much. After saying this, Guanmingza increased his efforts to pull Song Jiro away. Chapter 17 A Terrifying Existence. You are listening at novelfull.audio. There was a loud bang sound. Yi Fan kicked Guanmingza's hand holding Song Jiro away, and then pulled Song Jiro in front of him to protect her. Guanmingza lost his center of gravity and crashed directly into a nearby bar. Who the hell are you? How dare you interfere in my business? Guanmingza stood up in embarrassment, spitting and pointing at Mark and cursing. Others present also noticed the conflict here, but at this time, their eyes were full of disapproval of Mark's behavior. Among the owners of the central villa area, Guanmingza is famous for being arrogant and arrogant. He used to rely on shit luck to start the live broadcast industry and step into the trend of making money, and quickly completed the accumulation of personal assets, so this person is actually a real nouveau riche. Moreover, he usually has many anchors under his unspoken rules. So far, no woman he wants can escape his clutches. Everyone thought that Yi Fan, who had come forward, was in big trouble now. What's more, except for Yun Haitian, the status of everyone else in the central villa area is quite different, so no one would go out of their way to cause trouble for this matter. Damn it! How dare a brat with no hair to show off in front of me? Let your adults come out immediately and kowtow to me to apologize with you. Do you hear me? Otherwise I will fight you to the death, Guanmingza shouted, with a fierce look that made it clear that he would not let Yi Fan go. Song Jiro did not expect that her own affairs would cause so much trouble to Yi Fan. She was trembling in Yi Fan's arms with fear, but she held Yi Fan tightly for fear that he would get hurt in a conflict. Feeling the trembling fear of the person in his arms, a kind of distressed anger welled up from the bottom of Yi Fan's heart. Damn it, facing a bully like this, what kind of young man would he be if he didn't take action now? Yi Fan punched Guanmingza directly in the face. The flesh on Guanmingza's face trembled momentarily, and several teeth rushed out of his mouth along with blood. You! How dare you hit me? Guanmingza shouted, covering his mouth in disbelief. I'll beat you when I hit you. Do you still have to choose a day? After Yi Fan answered, Guanmingza was angry and wanted to fight back, but before he could hit him, he received a few more punches from Yi Fan. Yi Fan just took the genetic upgrade liquid in the afternoon, and now his physique is much stronger than that of ordinary young people, not to mention that Guanmingza was a complete loser. After a while, he was beaten to the ground by Yi Fan, and he couldn't even fight back. The surrounding owners frowned at this scene, thinking that Yi Fan had narrowed the road. Today's young people are still too impulsive. He was punching out his anger, but Guanmingza was not without men. This young man who did this is probably going to die. Guanmingza was beaten so hard that he couldn't find his way around, but his mouth was still very hard. He backed away and roared. You are absolutely dead now. That he took out his cell phone and dialed the number. Aaron. Now bring some of your younger brothers up here immediately. I was beaten by a bastard, come up and deal with him. That when Song Jiro heard this, she shed tears of fear instantly because she was worried that Mark would be beaten. She quickly grabbed Yi Fan's sleeve corner, "Senior brother Yi, otherwise I will go apologize to that person now, and then you should leave quickly. It's useless for you to apologize to such a villain now, he will only continue to push further." Yi Fan felt sorry for Song Jiro's frightened look, and continued to comfort her softly. "Don't worry, as long as I'm here, nothing will happen." Immediately, Yi Fan also took out his mobile phone and made a call. "Manager Zhou, right? Now I met an idiot at the wine tasting party. Please come over." When the others heard that Yi Fan was only calling Manager Zhou, they couldn't help frowning and shaking their heads. Now what's the use of this young man calling the property manager of the villa area? They, ordinary residents, had a conflict. It was too late for a property manager to hide from the problem, so how could he help him out? Guan Mingze also laughed, "You were so arrogant just now. I almost thought you had some power. In the end, you actually called the property management company? If I don't remove one of your legs later, I will take your last name." That at this time, Guan Mingze's subordinate Aaron came up with several boys with yellow hair. "Boss! Are you okay? Which cub hurt you?" Guan Mingze pointed his chin at Mark. "Damn it, that brat. Beat him to death." Aaron and the others nodded, rolled up their sleeves and rushed towards Mark. "Stop!" Zhou Qiwen, who received Yi Fan's call, also arrived at this time. Seeing the scene where several people were about to attack Yi Fan, he quickly shouted out. Hearing Zhou Qiwen stop, Guan Mingze spat blood on the ground with a look of displeasure. "Manager Zhou, are you sure you want to get involved in the affairs between us owners? This kid offended me, and I have to deal with him no matter what he says today. Don't blame me for not warning you first." Zhou Qiwen secretly glanced at Yi Fan after hearing this. Since Mr. Yi would ask him to come over, he must have tacitly agreed that he could reveal something. After thinking about it, Zhou Qiwen immediately looked serious, and instead of calling Guan Mingze the owner, he called Guan Mingze by his first name. "Guan Mingze. Are you sure you want to deal with Mr. Yi Fanya, the owner of Yunhaiyi Villa in our central villa area?" As soon as these words came out, everyone's faces were filled with shock. Some people even failed to hold their wine glasses firmly and dropped them heavily on the ground. The young man in front of them turned out to be the owner of Yunhaiyi Villa that they had been discussing just now. When Guan Mingze heard this, his expression suddenly changed. If he were the owner of Yunhaiyi Tian Villa, even if he had 10 lives, he wouldn't dare to fight like this. For a master with a very high level of confidentiality, his true identity is definitely terrifying. But the man in front of him was too young no matter how he looked. Is he really a person with so much energy? Guan Mingze still wanted to take a chance and asked, "Manager Zhou, are you telling the truth?" Zhou Qiwen snorted coldly. "Guan Mingze, I think you've damaged your brain by drinking. With Yi Fan's distinguished status as owner, do I need to make a crude joke with you?" After receiving the answer, Guan Mingze's face quickly turned pale, and even his drunken flush was frightened away. He silently moved his butt back, trying to act like he didn't do anything. Aaron and his younger brothers didn't understand the situation at all, so they started asking. "Boss, should we take action now?" Suddenly the attention of the whole audience was focused on Guan Mingze. He was instantly frightened to death. "Damn these idiots, stop talking now." Seeing Guan Mingze's cowardice now, Yi Fan smiled. "Of course we have to do it. Just now your boss said he wanted to remove one of my legs, right Guan Mingze?" Chapter 18 This is too shameful. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Guan Mingze looked up at Yi Fan who asked him questions, and the answer at this time was neither no answer nor no answer. He could only slap himself a few times and apologize to Mark. "Mr. Yi, what I said just now are all nonsense. I was the most confused at the moment and said those nonsense. I apologize to you. Mr. Yi, please don't take it seriously. Brother Mingze, look what you said. Everyone here knows that the most important thing in social interactions between people is integrity. That must be done." Yi Fan gave a sneer and said, "It's just this person, Brother Mingzi, whose leg do you think is more suitable to take off?" Guan Mingzi instantly understood the meaning of Yi Fan's words, and his whole body was trembling with fear. He wanted to beg for mercy again, but when he raised his head, he met Mark's eyes that clearly meant nothing. Unload my legs." Guan Mingzi tremblingly declared the fate he deserved. Yi Fan nodded with satisfaction. Aaron was still confused. "Really, boss? Are you going to be so cruel to yourself? Damn you idiot. Why don't you, please do it and give me a good time?" Guan Mingzi gritted his teeth and vented all his anger on his mindless subordinates. Aaron and the others could only obey Guan Mingzi's instructions, and went up to punch and kick him. Then several people worked together to hit Guan Mingzi's thigh severely. The entire scene was filled with Guan Mingzi's pitiful screams, and the lingering sound could linger for 3 days. After the matter was resolved, Zhou Qiwen apologized profusely to Yi Fan, and Yi Fan took Song Jiro and left directly. All the owners who wanted to give Yi Fan their business cards were rejected by him without exception. For Yi Fan, these insensitive and powerful people here tonight are not worthy of knowing him at all. The only gain from coming here tonight is that Song Jiro was not harmed. As for making friends, Yi Fan obviously realized that those who were qualified to meet and cooperate with him in the future would only be people who were 10 times higher than the muggles present. Yi Fan pulled Song Jiro and walked quickly away from Bay Building. However, because Song Jiro was wearing stilettos for work tonight, she accidentally sprained her foot after taking a few more steps. Song Jiro wanted to pretend that nothing was wrong and continue walking, but the next second she was grabbed by Mark and picked up. "Senior brother, I can walk by myself." The posture of the two of them now is that of Yi Fan himself and the princess holding Song Jiro, and the whole atmosphere is extremely ambiguous. Song Jiro's fair face quickly turned red. Yi Fan ignored her little protest, carried her directly to a nearby park, and placed her firmly on a bench by the roadside. After going to a nearby drugstore to buy some ice packs and Chinese medicine patches, Yi Fan squatted and held Song Jiro's injured foot, preparing to treat her. Song Jiro exclaimed and tried to retract her feet. She wants her senior brother to touch her feet with his own hands and treat her wounds. This is too shameful. "Senior brother Yi, I can just do it myself." "Obey, don't move." Yi Fan directly pulled Song Jiro's smooth and slender ankle back and used an ice pack to apply ice to her swollen wound. After listening to Yi Fan's order, Song Jiro just sat obediently like a robot and didn't dare to move, but when she saw Yi Fan frowning unconsciously, she subconsciously pressed it gently with her fingers. Mark couldn't help but smile. "What are you doing?" "Seeing that you don't seem too happy, senior brother Yi, I just wanted to smoothen your frown." Yi Fan was so cute by Song Jiro's explanation that his smile became even wider. However, he also realized that he was indeed more angry than usual tonight, especially when he saw Song Jiro's helpless and pitiful look in the inner hall. He felt even more distressed and angry. Yi Fan thought, maybe beautiful girls are more likely to make people feel distressed. "By the way, why are you here tonight? Jin Taiyuan is not alive today." "Actually, it's like this. Ever since you promoted me to hotel supervisor, senior brother, Manager Fan has treated me very favorably, so I don't work as many hours at Jin Taiyuan every day as before. So I wanted to take advantage of the extra time and do some part-time work. After all, I can earn thousands of dollars a night by working as an etiquette at a high-end venue like this." Song Jiro explained somewhat stupidly. After Yi Fan heard this, he immediately clicked his tongue at Fan Hua in his heart. "I praised him for being smart last time, but now this guy is working in the wrong direction." Yi Fan just wanted him to keep Song Jiro in the store longer, but now it's better. He pushed her out. "You do so much work because you are short of money?" Yi Fan asked. Hearing Mark's question, Song Jiro bit her lip, and after a long time she hummed in a small voice. "You can borrow it from me. This is what I have the most now." Yi Fan said naturally. After all, he wasn't bragging, he really had a lot of money. No, this is absolutely not possible. My parents have taught me since I was a child that I must be a self-reliant person. What's more, senior brother Yi, you have helped me a lot before." If it weren't for the kind-hearted senior brother in front of her, How could she suddenly become Jin Taiyuan's hotel manager and earn a salary so much higher than before? Yi Fan suddenly knew where this sense of closeness with Song Jiro came from. She is really similar to her former self who was struggling in life. Because he had the same feelings about this situation, Yi Fan felt a little sorry for Song Jiro at this moment. Then don't do this kind of part-time job again, otherwise I, as the boss, will deduct your salary. In order to prevent Song Jiro from encountering this situation again tonight, Yi Fan deliberately warned fiercely. Yeah, I definitely don't dare anymore, senior brother Yi, I know I was wrong, please don't deduct my salary, okay? Song Jiro pinched Yi Fan's sleeve pitifully to admit her mistake. As soon as Yi Fan looked up, he saw Song Jiro coquettishly with him with her incredibly beautiful face. The critical blow from the beauty. Yi Fan's breathing was stagnant, and he felt that his meridians were getting hot. Ahem, okay, then you should work hard from now on. Don't think about these part-time jobs. Especially don't go to a complicated place like that. Do you understand? Song Jiro nodded obediently like a chicken pecking at rice. Yi Fan had already thought about it. When he got back, he would ask Fan Hua to arrange some work for her, and then quietly increase her salary. After the ice compress was almost done, Yi Fan Kai covered the swelling with a traditional Chinese medicine patch for relaxing muscles and activating blood circulation. Fortunately, the injury is not serious. After 48 hours, you can apply some heat on your own and it should be fine soon. Yeah, thank you, senior brother. The two returned to school. Yi Fan sent Song Jiro to the dormitory and was about to go back when he was stopped by her again. By the way, senior brother, I've washed the coat you borrowed from me last time. I'll go up and get it and give it back to you now. After saying that, Song Jiro went upstairs. When she came down again, Song Jiro had already changed into her own clothes. It is an old sweatshirt that has been washed many times and has faded a bit. There are still a few traces of stitching on it. Yi Fan took the coat and said, "Save your time on the weekend and I will take you out to buy clothes." Song Jiro was still about to refuse, but she saw that Mark had turned his back to her and waved his hands and walked away. She didn't know why, but a little expectation suddenly emerged in her heart. Chapter 19 Top Bar. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yi Fan drove to the school parking lot, and happened to meet 3 roommates on the way who were going back to the dormitory after dinner. Yi Fan stopped the car and greeted the 3 of them. Yang Zhenghao and Meng Guanghua also saw the Koenigsegg driven by Yi Fan and rushed over to get their hands on this top-notch supercar. Wow! So this is the feeling of a sports car worth 2,000 million. This feeling is so comfortable that I feel like I am going to heaven. Yang Zhenghao stroked the car body immersely, his expression was one of ecstasy. Meng Guanghua also praised repeatedly, pinching the tires here and touching the brand logo there. Huang Yu, who had been concentrating on checking his phone just now, raised his head and saw the 2 people acting as if no one was watching. No. Why are these 2 guys touching other people's cars like this? Won't the car owner be angry? Huang Yu wanted to pull the 2 of them away, then stretched his neck to look at the car owner. It turned out that the person sitting in the driver's seat was actually Yi Fan, the 3rd brother in the dormitory. 3rd brother. Why are you sitting in this sports car? Hey, 4th brother, you're already out. Didn't you hear our discussion last time when you were playing a game? This Koenigsegg belongs to your 3rd brother. Nanny, W. Huang Yu's face was full of unbelievable shock. Damn it, 3rd brother, are you crazy? This car looks very expensive. Of course it's not cheap. The full price of this car is nearly 2,000 million. Meng Guanghua added in due course. Huang Yu was so shocked that his mouth turned into an O shape. This was too scary. The price of this car can buy a villa in the imperial capital. Okay, you 3 come up quickly. I promised to take you for a nice tour of the school last time. Yi Fan greeted. Yang Zhenghao and Meng Guanghua immediately got into the car with smiles, and pulled Huang Yu aboard while he was still petrified. With a bang of the accelerator, in the night of Imperial University, a cool silver-gray car silhouette shuttled through every corner of the campus. Every place Koenigsegg drove through attracted the attention of other students. Wow! This is the first time a beautiful woman looks at me with such excited eyes. Yang Zhenghao raised his eyebrows at the girl on the roadside while sitting in the car, and the girl immediately blew him a kiss. Yi Fan was chatting with his 3 roommates, when the system's beep suddenly sounded. Ding! It has been detected that Guan Mingze has left incurable injuries after being examined by a doctor. Congratulations to the host for completing the hidden mission of punishing evil and promoting good and obtaining 1% of the shares of Mr. 13 Bar worth 100 million. I didn't expect that there would be a reward for taking care of Guan Mingze's grandson just now. Yi Fan was very satisfied with this unexpected surprise and suggested. Brothers, I just bought a bar, how about we go there tonight to have fun? The school has just finished visiting. The other 3 people immediately nodded ecstatically, turned around with a neat drift, and Koenigsegg sped towards the west road of the Imperial Workers' Stadium in the dark. When Yi Fan drove Koenigsegg to the parking space near the entrance of Mr. 13's bar and stopped, only then did Yang Zhenghao notice that the bar that Yi Fan brought them to was actually the most famous and upscale nightclub in the imperial capital, Mr. 13 Bar. Oh my god, is the bar you bought, Mr. 13, the same Mr. 13 Bar? Yang Zhenghao asked in surprise. Yeah, what's wrong? Have you heard of this bar? Yi Fan asked. Although the system gave him the bar, Yi Fan himself didn't know much about these bars and nightclubs, so when he saw Yang Zhenghao's shocked expression, he became a little curious about the background of this bar. I have a real mother. Not only have I heard of it. This is Mr. 13's bar. It ranks second in the entire imperial capital, and no one dares to rank first. I remember the news at that time said that more than 90 million yuan was invested in this bar. It can be said that this is the most luxurious nightclub in the entire imperial capital. Meng Guanghua and Huang Yu were stunned by Yang Zhenghao's popular science. Originally, they thought that Yi Fan just bought a small and beautiful bar, but in the end, he bought the best one in the entire imperial capital. Then how rich is he? After parking the car, Yi Fan led the 3 of them into the bar door. The security guard was about to ask them to line up to pass the security check, and the light let him see Yi Fan's face clearly. The security guard immediately bowed respectfully to Yi Fan. Hello, boss. Then the 4 people were directly invited in from the VIP channel, while other ordinary customers could only continue to line up obediently. Wow! Sure enough, the service attitude is different when you come in with the big boss Lao San. Yang Zhenghao sighed. You 3 are my brothers. No matter when you come here in the future, my subordinates will treat you like bosses. The 4 of them walked into the inner hall talking and laughing. It's not yet 10, and Mr. 13's bar focuses on high-end and luxurious entertainment experience. Therefore, it is not like other low-end bars that play eardrum-piercing inferior speakers non-stop, but soothing and relaxing music. Music, wait until 10, before another carnival kingdom begins. Yi Fan glanced at the center booth facing the DJ booth with the best view, and led the 3 of them over. When I walked near the booth, another wave of people came over. The leader turned out to be Shirkai, the dormitory chief of another boys' dormitory in the same class who always targeted Yi Fan's dormitory in school. Hey, isn't this Yi Fan? Why, a poor person from a dormitory now dares to come to a place like this? Shirkai mocked condescendingly, and several friends from other schools behind him also laughed loudly after hearing this. And judging from your appearance, do you think you also want to sit in the booth we selected? Meng Guanghua became angry when he saw Shirkai's mean behavior. It's none of your business where we sit. And you saw that this seat is yours. You tell it to see if it responds to you. Shirkai did not expect that Meng Guanghua, who had always been honest and willing to be ridiculed by him, would dare to fight back against him, and was choked by his words for a moment. But with so many of his friends outside of school still watching, there was absolutely no way he would let these poor guys get on top of him. Shirkai had an idea and suddenly started shouting around. I'm sorry to bother you all. I have something to ask you to help me with as a referee. The 4 other parties and I all want this deck, so I decided to guarantee half of the consumption tonight. As long as they can spend more than me, I will give this deck to them. What do you think? Sample. Of course, the most satisfying thing about dealing with these poor people is to crush them with money. Shi Kaiguang felt so happy when he thought about the way Yi Fan ran away in disgrace. As soon as Shi Kai's words came out, the surrounding customers immediately cheered. Anyway, they are the ones picking up the bargains, so of course this fire can be as big as it is. The audience immediately shouted towards Yi Fan, compare with him. Compare with him. Compare with him. Listening to the crowd's cheers, Yi Fan looked completely unmoved. He took his 3 brothers and sat down domineeringly on the booth. Chapter 20 Invitation. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Shi Kai didn't expect that Yi Fan didn't accept the move at all and just took the entire dormitory to occupy the booth. The people around who were watching the excitement were still encouraging Mark and Shi Kai. Shi Kai stepped forward a little angrily and pointed at Yi Fan and said, "Don't think that the seat you sit down on is yours. Either you compete with me to see who can pay more, or you leave right now. Otherwise, even if you sit on it, I can still call the security guards to drive you away." Yi Fan sneered and took the wine list and slapped Shi Kai's thin dog fingers away. "I have my own place. Do you want to compete with me? Are you worthy? Not only are you not qualified to compete with me, you will never even think of stepping foot here again in the future." After speaking, Yi Fan handed the wine list to Yang Zhenghao and the others to order, while he leisurely opened his hands and leaned comfortably on the sofa chair. Shi Kai was almost angry to death. "You really are all country bumpkins who have never been here before. Do you really think that you are the owner of this place when you sit in the booth? Give your place back." At this time, people around him also started to boo and boo. After receiving the news from the security guard that the boss was here, the bar manager Quan Pengyi hurried to the inner hall. At first sight, he saw his boss being surrounded by people and booing him. There is also a reckless person who stands in front of his boss and rants. Quan Pengyi suddenly broke out in cold sweat and rushed over. "Guests, please be quiet." A group of people looked at the bar manager's behavior of suddenly shouting stop with confusion. Quan Pengyi humbly came to Yi Fan with a half bow, as if he wanted to bury his head in the ground, and bowed deeply to Yi Fan at a 90-degree angle. "Boss. I'm very sorry that I came late and caused you and your distinguished guests to be disturbed." Hearing Quan Pengyi's words, expressions of astonishment suddenly appeared on the other people's faces. Is this young man the owner of the top bar in the imperial capital? The beauties with exquisite makeup all looked at him with admiration, and the men holding wine glasses also looked at Yi Fan curiously, their eyes full of envy. Shi Kai, who was looking for trouble, was completely confused. "This is Mr. 13's bar. If you want to buy the entire store, you must at least have a small goal. Normally, Yi Fan's conditions at school are so poor, but now he is said to be the owner of Mr. 13's bar. This news is so outrageous." Shi Kai couldn't believe it at all, but the facts didn't allow him to disbelieve it. He has met the manager here many times before. Because he is not a big-name customer, the manager has always ignored him, but now this manager who looked down on him looked scared to death of Mark and even called him boss. All this points to the fact that Yi Fan is the owner of Mr. 13's bar. Quan Pengyi took another step forward and said, "Boss, why don't I arrange a top-notch private box for you and your distinguished guests now?" "No, I just like sitting here. It's lively and has a wide view." "How nice." Yi Fan glanced at Shi Kai who was standing aside, and Shi Kai suddenly trembled. Quan Pengyi also quickly caught his eye and immediately pushed Shi Kai out. "Sir, if you make our big boss so unhappy, you are making us all Mr. 13. Now you'd better take care of yourself and get out. We, Mr. 13, will never allow you to enter again." Shi Kai and several friends looked at each other, extremely embarrassed but did not dare to refute. The people around him immediately turned against Shi Kai and booed Shi Kai and his group, and they all made thumbs-down gestures to cheer. Several security guards arrived and immediately escorted Shi Kai and others out of the bar. Quan Pengyi continued to comfort Yi Fan and others. "Boss, I'll give you a set of dragon suits first. You guys can drink first. I'll make sure that I serve you all comfortably tonight." Hearing the word dragon set, everyone felt envious again. The ace of spades and dragon set is definitely synonymous with the cards in the bar. A set costs 88,888 yuan. Others have been able to brag about how awesome they are for a long time if they can pool their money to play a small set worth 41,999 yuan. But now that someone is the boss, they can get a big set for free and drink whatever they want. Sure enough, comparing people to each other is really annoying. Young Zhenghao felt so happy when he saw Shi Kai being driven away with a frustrated look on his face. Ha ha ha, it really makes me happy. Shi Kai also wanted to compete with me, the third child, but in the end, the third child didn't even have to look at it and just drove him away. That's right. I really thought that the money he got from a prodigal family could be compared to our third child. Meng Guanghua was also extremely beautiful. We have finally avenged ourselves for being looked down upon by Shi Kai and those guys. Meng Guanghua was usually attacked the most by Shi Kai's group, but as the oldest person in the dormitory, he tolerated the most in order not to worry his brothers. Now the pent-up anger in my heart has finally dissipated a lot. He immediately grabbed a bottle of wine and drank it. Yi Fan patted Meng Guanghua on the shoulder without leaving a trace. He would never let his brothers suffer the slightest injustice in the future. Quan Pengyi called a few more girls with revealing clothes and exquisite makeup to come over. The other three people have never seen this scene, and they are inevitably cautious at the same time. Brothers, let's just let go and have fun here. Even if the sky falls, I will carry it for you. Yi Fan brightened the atmosphere, and the other three gradually relaxed. The beauty fed them wine, and Yang Zhenghao was the first to go on the road. While drinking, he would tell some jokes and flirt with the beauty, making them laugh in his arms. Meng Guanghua is cautious and honest. When the girl feeds him wine, he drinks it one cup at a time. His honest look made the girl laugh, and she could only pat his chest to calm him down and ask him to drink slower. Wang Yu was completely afraid of being a teenager in the whole society. He kept glancing at his mobile phone to relieve the embarrassment, which made the girl with information feel so angry that her chest heaved. Boss Yu, what kind of wine do you want to drink? I'll give it to you. Sitting next to Yi Fan was the most beautiful one in the booth. She was coquettishly coquettish to Yi Fan while deliberately rubbing her body against him. Yi Fan looked at the 88 points on her head, feeling a little helpless. In the past, he only got along with beauties with a score of 90 or above, but now this kind of girl who can't create any income for him and wears heavy makeup really makes him less interested. But the girl was very resourceful, and after several teasings, the fire in Yi Fan's body also started to rise. Yi Fan wandered around the girl's body with one hand, and picked up the phone with the other hand to call Xiao Shiding. On the other side, Xiao Shiding, who had just taken a shower, saw the name on the caller ID. Her heart skipped a beat and she quickly pressed the answer button. Hey, what's going on so late, Mr. Yi? Ms. Xiao, I'm drinking with friends in Mr. 13's bar. Are you interested in coming over? After making this request, the two of them were silent for a few seconds with tacit agreement. Xiao Shiding naturally understands the implications of an invitation at this point. She had always maintained her virginity, just to be able to hit the mark when she met the right person. Therefore, she certainly had no reason to refuse Mark's invitation. Okay, Mr. Yi, I'll be there soon. Xiao Shiding found her most expensive perfume and sprayed it on, then put on a strapless little black dress and a pair of smooth black silk shoes, then got on a special car and rushed to Mr. Shirsan.